Good morning. This is the third problem on balancing of rotating masses. We have a problem like this. A shaft carrying four masses A, B, C, and D of magnitude 200 kg, 300 kg, 400 kg, and 200 kg respectively, and revolving at radii 80 millimeter, 70 millimeter, 60 millimeter, and 80 millimeter in planes measured from A. Here all four masses are rotating in a different planes. So the distance between the planes are given here. In a planes measured from A at 300 millimeter, 400 millimeter, and 700 millimeter. See, these B, C, and D are measured from mass A, or the plane of mass A, as 300 millimeter, 400 millimeter, and 700 millimeter. The angles between the cranks measured counterclockwise are A to B is 45 degree, B to C is 70 degree, and C to D is 120 degrees. So the angle between the two different masses are given 45 degree, 70 degree, and 120 degree. And the balancing masses are to be placed. Here there are two more masses. It is called as a balancing mass, because if you have a mass A, B, C, D, only four masses, then the system will be in unbalanced condition. To balance it, we are going to add some more mass, that is X and Y. It is placed in X and Y planes. There are two different balancing planes, X and Y, and those two masses are placed in X and Y planes. The distance between the planes A and X, the distance between the plane A and X is 100 millimeter, between X and Y is 400 millimeter, and between Y and D is 200 millimeter. So the distance between the X and Y plane with respect to A and with respect to X and Y is given, that is 400 millimeter and 200 millimeter. Find the balancing masses revolve at radius. Here there are two balancing masses. One is rotating on X plane and another one is rotating on Y plane. Two balancing masses, but these two masses are unknown. Radius of rotation is known, that is 100 millimeter. But both the masses, it is 100 millimeter. Find their magnitude and angular positions. Find the magnitude of mass X and Y, mx and my. X and Y indicates it's a plane of rotation, but the mass is represented by mx and my. You need to find out the value of mx and my, and also we need to find out the angle of X and Y, that is mx and my, represented as theta x and theta y, that we need to find out. So we need to find out two unknown masses and their angular position. Now let us write the given data, this problem. We have A, B, C, D, the masses A, B, C, D. Let us go to the given data. Yeah, given data. Masses are given here. A, B, C, D is given. That is, MA is given is equal to 300 kg, and MB is equal to 400 kg, MC is equal to 200 kg, sorry, there is a mistake here. That is MA is 200 kg, MB is equal to 300 kg, MC is equal to 400 kg, MD is also given, that is 200 kg. All the masses given in the problem, and the radius, the corresponding radius is given, that both RA, radius of rotation of mass A, is equal to 80 millimeter, and it is equal to 0.08 meter. RB is equal to 70 millimeter, it is equal to 0.7 meter. RC is equal to 60 millimeter, and it is equal to 0.06 meter. RD is equal to 80 millimeter. 80 millimeter is equal to 0.08 meter. So this is the given data. Masses and radius are given. The next data, the angles between or the planes or the distance between the planes are given. The planes measured from A. So the distance between A to B is A to B. A to B. Distance between A to B is given, that is 300 millimeter. It is equal to 0.3 meter. A to C, all the distance are measured from A. That's why A to C is equal to 400 millimeter, comma, or it is equal to 0.4 meter. Similarly, the last distance is 700 millimeter, that is A to D. A to D is 700 millimeter and it is equal to 0.7 meter. So this is the distance. Masses are given, radiuses are given, and we have distance between the planes also. The next given data is angle between the corresponding masses. So here the angles are measured in the counterclockwise direction. So in all the problems, all the previous problems, we have done the same thing. We have measured the angle in counterclockwise direction, that is given in the problem. Angle between the cranks measured in the counterclockwise direction are A to B, angle between A to B. So A to B is given by angle between A to B, A not B is equal to 45 degrees. So that is the first one, 45 degree. B to C is 70 degree. B to D, angle B to D is 70 degree. The next one, angle C to D, this is B to C, B to C, and the last one, C to D, angle between C to D is equal to, here it is 120 degree. So this is the angles. Here angle is not measured from any particular mass. It is a consecutive angles, means A to B, B to C, C to D. But in the previous problem, we have taken the angles with respect to a particular mass A or any one mass. With respect to that, we have taken angle. But here it is. So angle between the previous masses, A to B, B to C, C to D. That is given. While measuring the angle, you need to take care of these things. Next is the given data. The balancing masses are to be placed in two different planes, X and Y. The distance between the planes A and X, distance between the planes A and X is 100 millimeter. Distance between the plane A to X is equal to 100 millimeter. That is equal to 0.1 meter. Similarly, the distance between X and Y is 400 millimeter. X and Y plane is 400 millimeter, 0.4 meter. Next, the distance between Y and D is 200 millimeter. Y and D is 200 millimeter, so 0.2 meter. Similarly, the next is if the balancing masses revolving at radius of 100 millimeter, radius of balancing masses are given, that is R, X is equal to 100 millimeter is equal to 0.1 meter. Similarly, Ry also same is equal to 100 millimeter is equal to 0.1 meter. This is the given data, just given the problem. So first we have noted the masses and the corresponding radius and the distance between the planes is given here, and we have taken the angles, then the distance between the planes which is having the unknown masses, that is ax, xy and yd, it is given in the problem, and the corresponding radius of unknown masses rx and ry, this is also given in the problem. Both are same, that is 100 millimeter. That's why we have taken rx and ry is equal to 0.1 meter. This much data is given in the problem. The next one is the displacement, the space diagram. We need to go for the space diagram. Okay, so let us consider unknown masses. Consider two unknown masses. We have two unknown masses as x, that's why that is mx, we need to find out, and the corresponding angle is theta x. Second is my, that is also unknown, we need to find out the corresponding angle theta y. This is the question asked in the problem. Next, let us go to the space diagram. We have a space diagram. Step 1, space diagram. Okay, in the space diagram, you know how to draw the space diagram. First, we need to draw this front view first. Let us go to the front view. You know the distance between the planes. So front view is also very, very important in this case, because the distance between the planes, because masses are rotating in a different plane. That's why we need to draw the front view also. Front view and side view both are important here. So I am going to draw the front view. Let us draw the axis first. Axis, a thin line. Okay, so this is the axis. Let us consider this as axis, or you can consider this as a reference line. After drawing the reference line, let us go to the first one. We have four different planes, A, B, C, D. Let us start from A. We have A plane. Draw A plane. Let us take this black color. Okay, so this is A, plane A. Then the next one is plane B. This is plane B, plane C, and plane D. We have plane D somewhere here. Okay, so all the different planes. Later you can erase the part. Yeah, you can make a equal length. Not exactly equal, you can make it equal, approximately equal lines, equal lengths. Okay, so let us mark it out. Let us show it, or let us name this planes. Okay, so this is plane A, this is plane B, plane C, and plane D. And we have the distance between the planes. The distance between the planes, let us consider the plane A to B. The distance between the plane A to B is 300. A to B is 300. So let us take the distance between A to B as 300, and A to C is 400. Please see the given data. A to B is C is 400. A to C is 500. A to A to B is 300. A to C is 400, and A to D is 700. A to D is 700. So three distances are given. Let us mark this as, this is first one, this is 300, and this is, I think, A to B, sorry, A to C is 400, and the last one, A to D, is 700. Yeah, 700. After this, we have two more planes, X and Y. X and Y. X is placed, X is placed, X is placed, yeah, X is placed 100 millimeter away from A. The distance between A to X is 100 millimeter. So we need to take 100 millimeter from A. No need to take actual scale. You can take any scale, but it should be as per the given data. So let us draw an X, because A to B is 300 millimeter. A to X is 100 millimeter. So it will be lies in between A to B. So I'm going to draw a plane X. This is plane X. This is plane X. And the distance between plane X is 100 millimeter. So this is also given in the problem, 100 millimeter. 100. The next is the plane Y. Plane Y, the distance between A to Y is 500 millimeter. A to Y is 500 millimeter, but distance between X to Y is 400. So 400 means, so A to Y is 500. So it will be somewhere here, right? 400 up to C, 500 will be here, and X to Y automatically 500, because the distance between A to Y is 500 and A to X is 100. So that's why remaining is 400. Distance between X and Y is 400, and the distance between X to D is given. X to D is also given. So if you see the given data, yeah, the distance between Y to D is 200 millimeter. From the Y to D is 400. So it will be lies between X, C to D. C and D lies between C and D. Plane Y lies between C and D. Just draw a line, and it is Y. It is denoted as Y because it is a Y plane, lies between C and D, and the distance between A to D is, sorry, A to Y is, A to Y is, A to Y is 500. A to Y is 500, and distance between X to Y is 400. X to Y is 400. See, this is 400, and this is a very lengthy problem, but this type of problem will be asked in the exam. This is 400, and Y to D is Y to D is also given, it is 200. 200. So everything will be solved as per the given data. So this is 200. So side view is what? The next is front view. Sorry, side view. Front view is what? Let us mark a point here, somewhere here. So you take this as a point O. Next, we need to consider one mass as a reference mass. Let us consider mass A at 0 angle. Mass A at 0 angle. Mass A as 0 angle. So I am going to draw a mass A. So this is mass A, MA. Next, mass B. So radius is RA. Mass B at an angle of 45 degree. Measure 45 degree from A, mass A. So BOA is 45 degree. So that's why 45 degree. You can take any length, no problem. But angle should be exactly equal. That is MB. Angle is 45 degree. This is 45 degree. Next is the angle between mass A and C is 70 degree. Measure 70 degree from mass B. Here it is not with respect to A, with respect to B. You need to measure the angle 70 degree from here, not from here. 70 degree. So I am going to measure it. This is will be 70, exactly 70. Yeah, this is 70. MC. So the angle between mass B and C is 70 degree. This is 70 degree. It is not measured from here, but the previous problem we have measured the angle from here, the reference mass, but here it is not like that. It is with respect to the previous mass. Next is MD. MD is 120 degree with C. You need to measure from 120 degree from this mass. So 120 degree will be somewhere here. 120 degree. Yeah, this is MD, and the angle measured from C, it is 120 degree. 120 degree. Now, MX and MY, we don't know the angle, we don't know the magnitude. So you can take somewhere here. I'm going to show MX and MY. So MX, I'll take somewhere here because MA, MB, MC is on the top side. Here we have only one mass, that is MD. So the unbalancing takes place because from the figure, all three masses concentrate in one direction. MD is in the downward direction. So I think mass X and Y will be in the lower side to balance the system. So I'm going to mark it as mark MX somewhere here, and MY MX somewhere here, and MY I'll show it somewhere here. MY. Wherever the free space you can see, there you can mention the unknown mass, that is MX. This is MY. This is MX. So this is shaded one because it is unknown mass. And the corresponding angles, let us see the corresponding angles. Let us measure the angle from mass A. mass A. So the angle from mass A to X as theta X. Angle from A to Y as theta Y. This is theta Y. We have marked two angles, theta X and theta Y. What is theta X? It is the angle between mass A and mass X. And what is Y? It is the angle between mass A and Y. So this is the theta Y. So this is the side view. This is the space diagram. After drawing the space diagram, let us go to the next one, tabular column. Table. Here, the masses are rotating in a different planes. Masses are rotating in a different planes. So that's why we have centrifugal force as well as couple, because masses are rotating in a different plane. If the masses are rotating in a different plane, then it is a condition where dynamic balancing takes place. What is the condition for dynamic balancing? Summation of all the centrifugal force must be equal to 0. The second condition, summation of all the couples or the moment about any arbitrary point must be equal to 0. There are two conditions. One, the forces, second one, couple. So we need to find out the forces as well as couple, centrifugal force as well as couple. Okay. The next is the tabular column. Step 3. Step 3, table or tabular column. Okay, tabular column. Here, first column will be always mass. Always in this type of problem, if the masses are rotating in a different planes, then the number of columns must be 6, not 3. But if the masses are rotating in a single plane, then only 3 columns will be there. Here, 6 columns. So first one, okay. Now the columns, first one is a plane. Second column is a mass. Third column is a radius, similar to the previous one. Fourth column is a centrifugal force. Fifth column is a distance between the reference mass. Sixth column is the distance between first column is a plane, second column is mass, third column is the radius of rotation, fourth column is centrifugal force, fifth column is distance between the reference mass, and the sixth column is couple. Okay, the first one is a mass. There are 6 masses are there. One, last mass, 6. Now, let us see the first one. First one is a plane column. First column is plane. Second column, mass, m, it is in kg. Then third column is a radius of rotation. Radius, it is in meter. Next, radius r. And the next is centrifugal force. You know that centrifugal force divided by omega square. Omega square is not given in the problem. You need to divide this by omega square. So the unit will be mass into R kg meter. The next one is the distance between, this is very, very important, distance between reference plane RP. You need to select the reference plane, it will be in the meter. Then the last one is couple divided by omega square is unknown. That's why we have to divide this by omega square. So the corresponding answer is m into r into L, distance. R is radius, centrifugal force into distance. The unit is kg meter square because R into L, kg meter square. First mass, see the plane. First A, X, B, C, Y, D. You need to write it in this same order. A, plane A, X, B, C, Y, and D. You have to see this space diagram. You need to write it in the same order. Next, mass. Mass A is 200 kg. Here it is unknown mx 300, 400, 500. No, my it is unknown, and this is 200 kg. Corresponding radius, here it is 0.08 millimeter. Radius y, x is given, that is 0.1, 0.07, 0.06, 0.1 again. This is 0.08. The next one, is centrifugal force divided by omega square. What is centrifugal force? Centrifugal force is equal to m into omega square into r. M is there, R is there, but omega square is unknown. But omega square is common for all the masses. That's why you are divided by omega square. This omega square will get cancelled and will have R and M. So multiply this mass by radius of rotation. So we'll get the answer. If you multiply it, here we'll get 16. Here this is 0.1 into mx. This is 21. This is 24. This is again 0.1 my. Unknown mass is unknown. This is 16. Next is very, very important. Here we have a centrifugal force. In the previous problem, we will calculate the centrifugal force. Then we are going to go centrifugal force polygon or force polygon. Here you cannot draw the force polygon because we have two unknown centrifugal forces. One is this one, 0.1 into mx. Second one is 0.1 into my. Two unknown masses along with two unknown angles. Theta x and theta y is unknown. So there are four unknowns. You cannot go for the force polygon. You cannot solve by this problem by force polygon method. So we need to go for the next method. That is distance between the reference plane. Here, to find out the couple is nothing but the couple is equal to force into distance. Force into distance. So what is force? Force is nothing but a centrifugal force. Into distance, we have to take the couple about any arbitrary plane or arbitrary point. So if you see the figure, this is the space diagram. Here we have 6 different planes. We need to take a couple about any arbitrary point. Either you can take A plane, X plane, B, C, Y, and D. Any plane you can take. With respect to that plane, we need to consider all the couples. So that's why he's asking, what is the reference plane? Distance between the reference plane. Distance between the particular plane with respect to the reference plane. You can take it as distance between the distance from the reference plane. Distance from the reference plane. This is distance from the reference plane. Now, which one is the reference plane? We have 6 different planes, but which one you need to select as a reference plane? Either you can select A, B, C, D, or X and Y. So while selecting the reference plane, you need to take care. You cannot select a random plane as a reference plane. You need to select a proper scale in such a way that you need to solve this problem without any mistake. So here we have six different planes A, X, B, C, D, Y, and D. Here we have two unknowns. This one centrifugal force. You need to select a reference plane in such a way that one unknown should be a zero. One unknown should be a zero. Which are the unknown forces? This one is unknown forces, 0.1 into mx, 0.1 into y. These two are unknown masses. You need to select either x or y as a reference plane, because if you select x, then the couple is nothing but force into distance. So distance between the x and x is zero. So automatically centrifugal force or the couple will become zero. So in the tabular column, we'll get six values. In that, one is zero, another one is known. So another one will be unknown. So intentionally, you are going to make one unknown force into zero in the couple column in such a way that you need to select a reference plane. So how to select a reference plane? You need to see the unknown masses. You need to select one unknown mass as a reference plane. So here either you can select x as a reference plane or y as a reference plane. It's left to you. I'm going to select a reference plane as x. You come back to the space diagram. Here you need to select a reference plane. So I'm going to select x as a reference plane. So that's why you need to write it as RP here. Why? Because it is a reference plane. All the measurement will be taken in the left side as well as in the right side. In the right side, it is positive. In the left side, it is negative. All the measurement will be taken in the left side as a negative, in the right side as a positive. See, marking a reference plane in a space diagram is very, very important. Without marking, we'll get zero. So that's why the reference plane is marked and the distance will be measured positive in the right side and negative in the left side. Okay, let us consider the tabular column. Distance from reference plane. Reference plane is x. What is the distance between x and A? Go back. Distance between x and A is 100 millimeter, and it is negative because it is in the left side. 100 millimeter. This is 0.1 meter minus 0.1. Next, the distance between the reference plane x and x, it is 0. Distance between the plane x and x is 0. Next, what is the distance between x and b? X and b is, see, x and b is, where is the distance here? X and b. Okay, see here we have 100 millimeter A to x, and A to B is 300 millimeter. 300 minus 100 will be the distance between x to b, that is 200. 200 means this is positive 0.2. Why positive? Because it is in the right side. Next, similarly, distance between C to X, C to X, C to X. See, C to A is 400 and C to X is, sorry, A to X is 100. 400 minus 100, that is 300. 0.3. Positive because it is in the right side. Next, distance between X to Y. Distance between X to Y. X to Y is, it is given in the problem, 400. 0.4. Next is distance between x to d. X to d is 400 plus 200, 600. 0.6. Now the couple is nothing but centrifugal force into distance. Centrifugal force is here, distance is here. You multiply this, we'll get. See, this is, if you multiply this, we'll get the answer. If you multiply this and this, we'll get the answer of this one. Remember, this is multiplication. This is also multiplication. And here it is equal to. Next is, this is the multiplication, simple multiplication. Multiply this and this, we'll get the answer of this one. 16 into 0.1, it is minus 1.6. Here it is 0. Intentionally, we'll make this as 0 because we have selected X as reference plane. Here 2 into 21, it is 4.2. Here 3 into 24, it is 7.2. And last one, 0.4 into 1, this is 0.04 into my. Next is the last one, 0.6 into 16, that is 9.6. This is the table or the tabular column, which includes centrifugal force as well as couple. Now, centrifugal force, we have two unknowns, but couple column, we have only one unknowns. This is the unknown, and the remaining value here. We can draw the couple polygon because we have one unknown. We can find out the couple. We can find out this unknown mass by couple polygon. Let us go to the next one. It's a couple polygon. Force polygon you cannot draw, but you can draw a couple polygon. Step 3, couple polygon. Before drawing the couple polygon, you need to take a proper scale. Okay, scale. Here, if you see the tabular column, the maximum value is 9.6. You can take 1:1 scale because 9.6 centimeter you can take 1:1 scale. That is 1 centimeter is equal to 1 centimeter is equal to 1 kg meter square. Kg meter square. Okay, next one. We have taken a scale. Now we need to draw the fourth couple polygon. Couple polygon, let us start from the first one. Mass A, because we have taken mass A in the reference plane, 0 degree angle, mass A. So corresponding couple, mass A, minus 1.6, minus 1.6, 1.6 centimeter, 1:1 scale, 1.16 centimeter, but it is negative. So I'm going to start this couple polygon. Okay, so I'm going to start drawing. Let us mark the first point, point O. Point O will mark somewhere here. This is point O. Point O. From here, you need to mark a line, but it is negative direction because it is minus 1.6. Plus 1.6 we could have drawn like this, but it is not plus, it is minus. So negative minus 1.6 centimeter. This is 1.6 centimeter. Okay, the next one, this is 1.6 centimeter. After that, we have to mark this point as A. This is minus 1.6. Horizontal line, exactly horizontal line, means it's a 0 degree. The next one, A2, mass B. Mass B is inclined at an angle of 45 degree with respect to A. 45 degree, measure 45 degree. 45 degree, but the length is, second one is 0, third one is 4.2, length is 4.2, 45 degree, 4.2, 45 degree, 4.2. Yeah, this is 4.2 length and this is point C. This is 45. Always you need to measure the angle in counterclockwise direction. This is 45. And this is point B. After that, you need to draw a horizontal line that we have already discussed in the previous problem. Every point we need to draw positive x-axis, a reference line, horizontal line, exactly 0 degree. So this is point B. After that, once you get the point B, now we need to go the next mass, that is C, MC, that is 7.2 length. Length is 7.2, but the angle is with respect to A. It is not with respect to B, with respect to A. With respect to B is 70, but with respect to A, 70 plus 45 degree, 70 plus 45 degree, because A is a horizontal line. Whatever we have marked here, it is this line. So that's why we need to measure from A. A is 70 plus 45, we'll get 115, 70 plus 45, 115, 115. So measure 115 here, somewhere here. Yeah, 115 will get a point here. This is the length is 7.2, and arrow mark is also very, very important. This is the arrow mark, direction of drawing. Yeah, this is 115 angle 115. This is equal to angle 115 because 75 plus 45, 115 with respect to A. With respect to A. Next is, again you need to draw a reference line, positive x-axis, positive x-axis. Now this point is BC. We need to measure the angle of D. Angle of D. Angle of D is here. This is 120 from C. 115. Here it is 115. Means we need to add all the masses, all the angles. 120 degree, 20 degree, and 45 degree. Total angle will be 235. 235. What is the length? Length is 9.6. You forgot about this mass, you just go to the next one. 9.6 D. Angle is 235. Angle is 235. I am going to draw this. 235 will be somewhere here. Yeah, 235. The last point is this one, and we have marked this point as, this is 9.6, and this point is D, and we have an angle 235. Why it is 235? Because 45 plus 75 plus 120. It is not 120, it is 120. It is 70 plus 120. It is 235. It is not 70, it is 75. It is 70, not 75. Okay, so we have taken angle 70. Next is, if you see the table, it is 0. You forgot about it. Next one, this one we have not drawn, 0.04 into my. So for balancing, couple polygon must be closed. To close this polygon, you need to join the first point with the last point. First point with the last point. So I'm going to draw this first point with the last point. Just join. First point is this one. Last point is this one. Draw this with a dotted line so that you can see it is unknown mass. The dotted line. Yeah. So I've joined here. This is what the unknown mass. If you see this, or unknown couple, this one. This couple is an unknown couple where we have marked as a dotted line. So this is 0.04 my. 0.04 my. The length, if you measure this length, will get the value of my. And the corresponding angle, very, very important. Corresponding angle, here point D also we are going to mark a reference line. And if you measure the angle, we'll get theta y, because the corresponding mass is y, theta y. This is theta y. You measure this angle, write it here. Okay. Now calculation part. One mass you can calculate. See here. Calculation. Length of 0. Okay. Go to the next one. Calculation. .04 my is equal to length of OD into scale. It is equal to length of OD. If you measure the length of dotted line, will get we'll get 7.2. 7.2. 7.2 centimeter into scale. Scale is to 1 is to 1, 1 by 1. It is equal to 7.2, 0.04 my. Therefore, my is equal to, we are getting 180 kgs. So this is the answer. Similarly, if you measure theta y from the figure, couple polygon theta y, will get the answer as 345 degree. 345 degrees from my. We have taken it as ma. Angle is 345. So this is the first answer. Second set of answer is mx and my. So once you get the answer, see here we have the value of my. You can write it here. What is the value of this term my? My is my is 180 degree. You can now multiply this by 180. We'll get the answer. Here we know the angle of my as well as we know the angle of my. Here only unknown is this one. This is the unknown. Now we can go for force polygon. Force polygon. Yeah, force polygon. Step 3, 4. Force polygon. Again, you need to take a proper scale. Scale, you can take 1 is to 1 scale, because if you see the previous problem, tabular column, here the values, the maximum value is 24. So you can take a scale as 1 centimeter is equal to 5 kg meter. 1 centimeter is equal to 5 kg meter. 1 centimeter is equal to 5 kg meter, or it is considered as 1 is to 5. 1 is to 5 scale. Okay, first one, if you see the table, yeah, first one, we have 16 mass A. Centrifugal force due to mass A is 16. 16 positive 16. 16 will mark it as okay. So mark point somewhere here. Next is 16. 16 divided by 5. 16 divided by 5 will get the length. You need to divide it by 6. 1 centimeter is equal to 5 kg. 16 means it will be 3 point something. So I'll draw a line. 3.1. We're getting 0 point. This is 0 or O, and this is A 16. You need to convert that into scale, proper scale. So this is arrow mark. Next is the reference line, is very important. Here the reference line point A is positive x always. Okay. Next is B. Mass B is having a magnitude, centrifugal force magnitude, as this one, 21. 21 divided by 5 means 4.2 something centimeter. 4.2 centimeter. Yeah. 45 degree. Angle is 45 degree. 4.2, 45 degree. This is the point B. Angle is 45 degree. The distance is 21. Next, again reference line. Draw a reference line. Next, mass C. Mass C is 24. 24 divided by 5 will be getting 4.9 something. 4.9. But angle is 70 plus 45. It is 115 degrees. 115 degrees. Just draw a line at an angle of 115. 115 degrees. So So angle is 115. 115 degrees. One one 5 degrees. So the next is this length is 24. Now this point is C. We need to draw the reference line again here. Okay. After C, now we need to go for the tabular column. If the next is let us go to D, last one, D. Otherwise, you can draw this one also, no problem. But the length is 0.1 into 180. My is known. So this will be 18, it seems. 18, because we know the value of my in the couple polygon. You multiply this, we'll get a known value, 18. Angle is 345. Otherwise, you can directly go to the next number. Marks, this is C16. I'm going to 16. But the angle is 16. But the angle is 235. 235 because 70 plus 45 plus 115. Sorry, 120. That is 235. Angle 235. Measure the angle. Yeah, 235. The length is 16. Angle is 235. Total angle. This point is D. And need to draw the reference line again. This is the reference line. Now, the next mass is My. It is, I think we got 18, but the corresponding angle is 345. You need to measure 345 degree. 345 degree. So the length is 18. We'll get somewhere here. $345. If you measure the angle as 345, 345, this is theta y. Measure it, we'll get the point somewhere here. Exactly, this is length is 16. Sorry, 18. This is 0.4 my. 18 will get. So this is the point. Now, to balance, force polygon must be closed. Here, this is unknown. Should be closed. To close it, you need to draw this one. So how to draw? Just join the first point with the last point. So I'm going to select this line, dotted line. This way, this is point D, E and O. First point is O. Just join this with a dotted line because it is an unknown. This should be always, what is this? This is, what is that? A remaining mass, unknown mass. This is 0.1 mx. 0.1 mx. And the corresponding angle, please look at this angle. This angle, see, just draw the reference line, horizontal line. This will be the angle theta x. Theta x. Now we'll write the answer for this one. 0 point calculation. 0.1 mx is equal to length of OE into scale. So we'll write it on the next page. So calculation 0.1 mx is equal to length of OE into scale. This is very, very important here. It is not 1:1 scale. Is equal to length of OE is 7 centimeter. I'm getting 7 centimeter into scale is 1:5. That is 5 by 1. 5 by 1. So it is equal to 35 0.1 mx. Therefore, mx is equal to 35 by 0.1. We'll get 350 kgs. We'll get 350 kg. And if we measure theta y from the previous figure, theta x, we'll get, that is theta x is equal to, we'll get 215 degrees from A. From MA. This is the answer. So first figure is a couple polygon. We are going to get the answer for My and theta y. Second one is a force polygon. Here we'll get Mx and theta x. So this is the end of the problem. Thank you.